Hey everyone, and welcome to the Dota 2 Builds of the Week, the weekly series where I show you guys top 5 pro meta builds to help you get started in Dota 2. And this week we're starting with Hard Carry Tiny. Just a reminder, all the builds are linked in the description below so you guys can add them to your Steam Workshop. And be sure to like the video if you want to support the series. Basically, Carry Tiny is really emerging as a major player moving into the TI meta. And what you're doing is it's relatively simple. You're going all basically into strength, tree grab, resistance, and you're trying to do as much damage with the tree grab as you can. That tree splash damage allows you to farm very effectively, do a ton of extra damage, and also push very effectively as well. Overall, you're going to be building, power treads into Echo Saber, which basically compensates for Tiny's very slow attack speed, especially when you consider Grow, which is going to increase the amount of damage and armor you have, but reduce the amount of attack speed you have. And so Echo Saber is a fantastic kind of compromise for Tiny because it allows you to do a ton of burst damage, which Tiny's already known for his Avalanche Toss combo. You're going to be moving into a Silver's Edge, Shadow Blade into Silver's Edge with a Aghanim's Shard in the middle. The Aghanim Shard basically allows you to use the tree unlimited. It removes the charge, the 5 attack count, so to speak, from the tree, so you can use it more often. And obviously the burst damage potential from Silver's Edge, which gives you the added attack speed, is fantastic as well. And BKB because BKB. Tiny still works really well with a Blink Dagger, and of course you can also go to AC to increase his armor, also benefit his team, and also to give him that added attack speed. The more attack speed you can give Tiny, the more he can carry. Storm Spirit mid is still hot in the current meta, and the build is relatively straightforward. What you're doing is you're building towards a early bottle into raindrops, which gives you some added survivability and mana regeneration, things that Storm Spirit needs. You are focusing in on static remnants so that you could push the wave under the enemy tower, and of course taking overload whenever you can in order to maximize the amount of damage and kill potential you have. As soon as you get Ball Lightning, you want to be very active on the map. You want to be moving around the map to either side lane, securing ganks, and getting kills. You're going to be moving from power treads into an Orchid. Nothing crazy here, but the kind of unique thing here is you are going to be moving directly into the Bloodstone. This is what the current meta build is. You are building a Kaya into Bloodstone, which is basically going to increase your mana regeneration, your spell amplification, and you're just a tank at this point. You become very difficult to kill, and you do a ton of extra damage, especially when you consider your Overload and Remnant combo with Vortex. And then you move into a BKB, so you can be very difficult to lock down and kill. Because remember, the thing that kills Storm Spirit is being held in place. Okay, but obviously the Bloodstone helps in his ability to be tanky. Optional items include your usual Magic Wand, which is extremely valuable in all pro games. You're also looking at a Soul Ring to give you that added burst of mana, because he is one of the most mana intensive heroes in the game. And of course, your Shard into your Scepter and Bloodstone, which is a natural progression from your Orchid if you happen to get there. I often get asked, Alex, why don't you ever talk about countering the meta? And that's what this Offlane Necrophos is actually doing. Necrophos is one of those heroes that you see him in all kind of different spots. See him in position 2, position 3, and position 4. And what's crazy about him right now is that he is being played in the pro scene as an offlaner. He's not like a traditional offlaner, but the reason why you're seeing him is because he counters the strength-based carries, which are so popular right now. The Tinies, the Svens. And so what he can do is he can provide you with a lot of utility from the offlane that is usually pretty hard to find. And the regular build is exactly that. What you're doing is you are going to be building, a Hood of Defiance into, Arcane Boots, because you're eventually going Holy Locket and Guardian Greaves, which synergize wonderfully with the restoration amplification of Ghost Shroud. And then you'll be getting your Eternal Shroud to make you even tankier, give yourself that added lifesteal as well. And then, of course, you're going to your Aghanim Scepter. The Aghanim Scepter is going to improve the Ghost Shroud ability and allows you to counter those heroes even more. From there, you have a few options, okay? And again, all your talent selections are based on Ghost Shroud. If you want to counter a Sven, you want to make sure he can't hit you. Here's a great way to do that. Heaven Halberd counters Sven, Tiny, all the meta heroes right now. BKB makes you difficult to kill. Shiva's Guard is fantastic, right? Not only are you giving a ton of armor to a hero who, is going to be right in there in the mix, the reduction of attack speed is extremely valuable. And when you consider what Heartstop Aura already does, you become this aura of just complete disaster for the enemy team. And of course, you'll Scepter of Divinity to give you some added survivability and basic Dispel. Necrophos currently countering the meta. Weaver 4, what the hell is this? I know, it's crazy. Right now, Weaver is so hot in the meta from both a safe lane carry standpoint, a mid mid standpoint, and a position 4 standpoint. He's probably going to be one of the most banned heroes at TI because he's so versatile, and this position 4 build is crazy. It has an insane win rate, and basically what you're doing is you're focusing in on getting an early Coccia, maxing it first, taking a value point in Geminate attack, and then you're going to be going the Swarm, and you're building your talent tree to take advantage of your Coccia and the Swarm. Why? Because what you want to do is you want to activate your strength cores, your position 1s. You want to activate the Svens and the well, actually usually it's the Weavers, but not the Weavers in this case. You're gonna be activating the Sven, the Tinies, and what you're gonna be doing is you're reducing their armor. Okay, because look at the armor reduction on the Swarms legit, and then you get the -20 talent as well. You're going to be going an early Vessel. You're going to be taking your Agnum Scepter, which allows you to time-lapse, okay, allows you to time-lapse your cores at a reduced cooldown. So imagine that Sven's almost dead, boom, time-lapse, fully healed, right? It's incredible, and that is what you're seeing in Weaver. He's highly mobile with Coccia. He does a lot of kind of like disruption with the Swarm, and then what you do is you build value items like Vessels, and if you don't have a good target for Vessel, which is usually rare, you can do something like a Solar Crest, and you can build stuff like 4 staffs, like just pure value items. If your team lacks catch, build a Rod of Ados, which has been built, which has been buffed so many times, right? At the end of the day, Weaver is seeing a ton of play at multiple positions, but do not sleep on Weaver position 4. One of my favorite heroes in Dota 2, Disruptor, is slowly creeping back into the pro meta, and he is doing exactly that, but the build is a little unique this time. While in the early part of the laning stage, you are focusing on Thunder Strike, what you want to do then is you're going to take a value point of Kinetic Field to kind of hold guys in place and secure kills, but also you're actually going to be maxing Glimp first, because what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be moving, roaming, and actually helping to secure ganks and kills, and Glimpse allows you to take advantage of that because players won't have the blink daggers, they won't have the disengage tools that they'll have in the mid and late game. So an early levels in Glimpse allows you to be very disruptive in roaming and ganking, and that's what you're seeing in the pro scene. You're of course taking Static Storm wherever you can. You're actually taking your talent as Thunderstrike 30 damage, but at level 11, because obviously the level 4 Thunderstrike does more damage than just the 30, right? So you get more damage from taking the level 10 as opposed to the talent. And then what you're going to do is you're building completely into Static Storm and Thunderstrike. You want to be a good harasser, but at the end of the day, Static Storm's where it's at, and that's why your main item progression includes your Tranquil Boots into Glimmer Cape for survivability for both yourself and your allies, and your Agnum Scepter, which is going to allow you to mute items within the realm of Static Storm, which is extremely valuable. Okay, guys, anyways, TI is upon us. It is the most exciting time in Dota 2. Thank you so much for watching, and a very special thank you to all of our wonderful subscribers. If you want to see more videos, I'm going to link one just on the other side here. We'll see you there.